drums of the 78th Highlanders. Now, you might be wondering, why would a British, army regiment have a pipe and drum band as part of their army? What's the point of having musicians? Well, let me tell you, they're actually very important to, the running of the fort, and also very important on the battlefield. So, starting off with, their function here at the fort, the musicians would be acting as timekeepers. So, a lot of the soldiers, they were very poor. They weren't able to afford watches at this time because they were very expensive. So it was up to the pipes and drums to tell the time for everyone. So the drummers, for example, there would be a drummer in the guard room at all times, and every hour he would come out and play a little tune that signifies the top of the hour, just like a church bell would do. And both the pipes and the drums would also play different calls at certain times to tell the soldiers what they were meant to be doing. For example, the tune that we just played is called Keep Off of Donald Blue, and that would be played every day at 9 in the morning, and that tells the soldiers to fall out on parade and get ready for their day of work. Now, in battle, they would have a different role. They wouldn't just be keeping time, but the pipers would actually lead the regiment into battle. They'd be playing, that would be very intimidating for the enemy, and they would get the soldiers, as excited as they could be for war. And once the battle started, the pipers would come around to the back of the regiment, and they would play tunes to keep up morale and keep up the energy. Now the drummers, on the other hand, they would be standing off to the side beside the officers. So you'd have your regiment over here, you have your officers to the side, and the point of the drummer is to relay calls from the officer to the regiment. So your officers, they can yell as loud as they want to, but if you have, 1,000 men in your army, and there's gunshots going off, and there's cannons being fired, and all this and that, the officers aren't going to be heard, no matter how loud they shout. But the drum is going to cut through all that noise, and the sound is going to travel a lot farther. So the officer shouts a command, and every single command has its own drum call. So if the officer wanted them to load their rifles, he would say load rifles, and the drummer would relay that call, and the infantry would know exactly what that call meant. Now, if the drum were to get